So, quite a few days have gone since I've last actually properly recorded a clip. I've recorded some quests and stuff with no voiceover and stuff, so I'll have to voice them over after. But it's the first time I'm doing a bit of a live recording, and I am now back from Brussels. Had a great time, and if you guys are ever interested in some photos or what I got up to, always on the community tab. I always like to drop some photos from the holiday because you guys really seem to enjoy it. So go and check them out if you're interested. It was really cool actually. Had some light festival thing over the weekend, so went and looked at all that sort of stuff. Really cool. Got some really cool photos as well, especially the nighttime stuff. But that will be on the community tab if you want to go check that out. In terms of what I've done on the account, I actually did some pretty big boy quests actually. So I have now done a couple of big quests. So we've done Dragon Slayer. We also did the Haunted Mine as well. So we've actually got some pretty big levels. So 44 defense now, and I've also got a strength lamp in the bank, which I'm going to throw on. Didn't realise you could bank the Dragon Slayer lambs, which is very, very strange. So you needed level 40 to put them on something. So I had to go and do something like cows in the Haunted Mine to get there. But 18.6k strength XP is going to give us level 44 strength, which is really, really nice. In terms of what else I've done, really just sort of construction. I bought quite a decent amount of frames with the idea of it was something I could do quite AFK. Just in the background while I was in the hotel room, or if I just had a downtime at the airport. And I can make some progress and hopefully make a little bit of cash from it. So you would have saw probably in the last episode or the episode before, I put in some big offers for mahogany refined planks and also teak. The teak ones have all bought, and I bought all the mahogany ones. The mahogany frames are actually selling quite a considerable amount above the mid price as well. So we've managed to sell some last night for 58,000 coins, which is incredible. What I could do is look at probably investing some more into that, but also as well, we're going to get very shortly the level to go and get you. So maybe after we've done those teak frames, we can have a look at what we're going to do from there, but that's really nice. The mithril plate bodies we smithed to get to level 60 or 50, I can't remember what level it was, smithing, have sold. We lost a little bit there, but again, no, very okay. The adamant maces have all sold for 26k each. Again, incredible profit. These would have taken 2 adamant bars, so they would have been 18k profit per mace, which is so good. So now it's 42 mil. And we've also got a little 4.3 mil cash stack hidden behind in the silver sickles. But I need to just slightly amend these things here. Stonewall segments have gone down quite a bit over the past couple of days. Again, I think with the amount of people who have seen the moneymakers for Stonewall segments, they were always due to go down. So the game is really struggling in a minute. I don't know why. But the Stonewall segments sold for 10.2k. Again, it's a lot less than what we were hoping for. But it's still going to be quite a big, decent amount of profit. We're going to make something I don't know, probably about 4.5 mil off that, which, it's still going to be some really good profit. The bear fur has not sold since I've bought the latest amount at 15.5k, so I'm going to drop this to something like 12,000 coins, and hopefully that will just sort of pull it back in line. The silver sickles, I'm just going to leave on the Grand Exchange, but I am going to take the money out just in case we can make use of it, and these mahogany frames are going to sell on the Grand Exchange. So we have supplies to go and do 1,000 teak planks, which is probably what I'm going to do for at least for start of today while I just catch up on stuff as well. We're going to go and do all of our daily challenges. This is nice because that means we're the best offer in for that. Let's see what the mahogany refined planks are saying as well, because if these are worthwhile, no, they're not. We'll just focus on teak. And then once we're past level 70, we're just going to basically focus on you from there. But really, if we wanted to, the Grace of the Elves can be bought once we've done these teak frames as well, which is actually really, really nice. So yeah, in terms of what I've pretty much done, again, we've knocked off those big quests. They've been really nice, Quiet Before the Storm, Voice Equipment, and Berserk, actually, which that's pretty good. And yeah, we're just chipping away at quests, just basically doing the same thing. So for the past 3 days, all I've literally done is logged in, done my daily challenge, then kind of just made frames. But because of that, we are actually up on terms of cash. Now, if I was to check the wealth evaluator, we are going to currently be sat at a price of 121 mil, which I don't quite believe. So we'll fact check that in a little while. Also did as well Tourist Trap. That's a quest I've done as well, which means whenever I do my AFK smithing, which I am still doing every now and then, I hop between frames and smithing at the minute. And when we've done this sort of batch of teak frames and we've got level 70 construction, I'm most likely going to do 70 smithing because again, it's just nice to have levels. But yeah, don't know why, but computer or the game is struggling very much at the minute. So we'll go and check that out. But that's pretty much the update of what I've been doing. I'm going to sort of settle down once I've done the update video today. I believe they're amending or changing the thieving. So where you start off with a higher base rate and it decreases over time. So we'll look at that in terms of an update, see how that is. But in the meantime, I'll just make some of these frames, get level 70 construction. After 70 construction, we can sort of sell all the supplies we've currently got, or use all the supplies we've currently got, get them sold, and then sort of move on from teak and mahogany and then move into yew, because I think yew is going to be a lot more profit and be a lot better for it as well. And yeah, I've basically got a week to go and make some more content, go and catch up on stuff. There's some skills now which I think I do need to go and train, like thieving. A lot of decent quests are hidden behind thieving, especially that 30 thieving barrier mark. So we can go and do the doors in the thieving guild and do that for thieving and then move that on. And then yeah, after that, just go and play the game. So we're doing really well. We're actually 973 total. So maybe depending on how much of a skilling rampage we go in this video, we actually might get the 1,000 total and get that ticked off. The videos which we've done this weekend have been incredible. This is the sort of Monday after like all the construction videos, and they have gone down so well. So thank you guys so much for that. But yeah, I'm going to go in skill and then we'll report back a little bit later on and we'll talk through a game plan for the next couple of episodes. So there we go. Big construction level there, just hidden behind the system update. I believe it's going to be the early game rebalance, so really big sort of progress for this account, hopefully, off the back of that. But level 70 construction is pretty massive, because then this gives us the ability to start messing around with yew planks, refined planks and frames as well, where I do think there's going to be a fair bit of profit, because as well with yew, you do have a higher selling price for the frame. And you can sort of try and get some decent deals in terms of the refined planks and the normal planks as well. But 70 unlocks quite a few decent things as well as that. So if we just go and click on it really quick. So we've got the Void Stairs back, which is actually quite a big quest line eventually. It's not a really important quest line, but it's still pretty decent to be fair. So we have refined planks, the U-frame, the Command Center 2, which again I've mentioned quite often actually. At some point we will get to the point of kitting this out. Now for the higher tier of the workshop, that's level 75, which with the amount of frames I've got left and with the amount of standard teak planks I've got just under 9,000. That could possibly be something we could maybe stretch. I don't know like how far it's going to go and stuff as well. But in terms of this account, once the update sort of in, the main account will take over to go and do the video on all the changes and stuff. But this account, over the next couple of episodes, you guys will see how this rebalancing act's going to work in terms of a lower game. And we'll see if it really improves. Like, I'm really sort of excited to go and test this stuff out and see if it's decent or not. Maybe we make that into like a midday video and then also sort of have it in the later videos, but we'll see. We'll see what the plan is in terms of that as well. We're pretty caught up on clips. In terms of like the clips I've just gone and edited. Monday's video pretty much uses up all the clips up until now. From the early parts of this video, it's been recorded today. So we're pretty much all caught up with clips now. So you guys hopefully aren't waiting for anything to come out. What I release will pretty much be what I've recorded on the day as well. So yeah, this means that I need to get busy and need to be keeping ahead with stuff as well, because we have got to get some videos ready for you guys for next week as well. So yeah, we're going to go and do some more of these frames for the next 10 minutes. Then the main account is going to cover the updates, and then we'll get back onto the grind for this account as well. But level 70 construction is going to be our first level 70 skill. Kind of always a bit predictable for my account, because as well, the money here is too good, and with the construction update coming in the future, it's just so much better than what it normally is as well. So you got to cash in while it's there. The Stonewall segments have all sold as well, so we do have a pretty healthy cash stack as well. Like, we have the best part of 56 mil. The mahogany frames will start selling as well, so we could actually buy the Grace of the Elves pretty much outright quite early on. And if I sort of committed to turning those teak planks into refined planks and then turning those into frames, which don't get me wrong, I'm not going to do them all today, I'll do them gradually over the next week or two. That can pretty much be my excuse to say, look, I'm still going to have a decent cash stack. I mean, like, even if we just take the cash from the mahogany frames, which are sold already, the remaining mahogany frames, all of the teaks I've got as well, and some other stuff in the bank is still going to be my cash stack. I'm pretty confident I still have around 50 mil. So I don't know. We'll see how we go going forward. But I'm pretty confident with where we are in terms of cash. Pretty happy where we are in terms of cash. And the levels as well. Hopefully with this rebalance, I can go and target some of the skills and we'll see if it's really improved. Thieving especially, I've mentioned in the clip before. We're going to go and try thieving for a little bit and see how that goes. But we'll report back when the update is here and when it's time to go and try some different skills out. Okay, so I'm going to end the video here, but we're going to talk through a couple of things before we finish the video. So now the early game rebalancing is live in the game. So that's why I've kind of ended this video a little bit earlier, because we can start tomorrow with going to have a bit of explore and see how much better these low level methods are for some XP for the hugger. Now, in terms of what I've done over sort of the beginning of this episode all the way to now, I have done a fair stint of frames. Now level 71 construction, which is really nice. We're now 40,000 XP off about level 72, which now means we're very deep in terms of being able to do like the U planks, U refined planks as well, which kind of goes on to what we're trying to buy on the Grand Exchange. On a gun exchange, I have some offers now to buy some refined U planks to turn those into frames, but also trying to buy some of the actual U planks themselves, which have quite an aggressive margin really. They're still selling for just under 5,000 coins, so just as like a method where I don't really have to invest a lot of cash, I could actually go and buy some U logs and just go and use the sawmill in Fort Room 3 and probably make 4,000 coins-ish. And I'm going to kind of see how it's like for speed, because if it's something which isn't really that bad, it actually might be worth turning the logs into planks and actually selling that for a profit just for something to kind of do in the meantime while I'm like just editing away and doing some other stuff as well. However, in terms of cash, we finished all of the mahogany frames. We managed to sell these at an incredible profit. 58,000 coins was a really, really good bit of money from those. And definitely something I'd look at doing again if I could get mahoganies for roughly the same kind of price as what we did before. Maybe that's worth putting an offer in a gun exchange, see how we go from there. Teak frames, very, very good. We're nearly sold a full 1,000 of those, which we've done. We still have some teak planks, which we're trying to turn into frames later on at a later date, which is probably what we'll go and focus on after this rather than just like go and buy some more mahogany stuff. But these are still good. I think I bought the frames roughly for about 16,000 each. So we nearly doubled our money with these. And this will bring in a nice big chunk of cash as well. Don't really know why we ended up doing money makers. I kind of wanted stuff I didn't need to pay attention to. And I just ended up sitting on between construction and smithing. They were just the two skills I could bounce along the most. So that's nice. I've only just put these two offers in this morning, so I don't really expect them to buy very quick. I really think they're going to be a slow buy anyway. But that's something we can do because I kind of want to go away from construction and smithing to a point. I might get 70 smithing, but we'll go do something else afterwards. But this is something I can have working on my gun exchange while I'm off doing other stuff. So while I'm doing other stuff, I'm buying things for a cheaper price to then go and invest and make some money off as well. That's what you want to be doing in your gun exchange, to always have it working for you. And in that way, you can make yourself some profit. But as a little sort of, I don't know, something we can do tonight, just see if it's worthwhile in terms of like making for cash and stuff. I'm going to buy 1,000 U-logs, turn into planks, and we can see if we can sell them for a decent profit overnight. Again, the price of logs really are starting to go up, so woodcutting for a good period of time will probably be some decent cash. So I'll see if there's U-logs we'll buy, and then I can transform them into planks. Waiting for all these to sell. In terms of what's left in the bank, we have these teak planks here and also these refined planks as well. So that is basically the only sort of last resource we've got left to do. I've been doing some rune maces as well because I thought they'd be worthwhile sort of shifting into. Because the adamant ones work so well, I thought rune would work well. But kind of looking at price and stuff, I do think the adamant might sell for more profit, so we shall see. Now, I'm just going to sell those a little bit under mid-price and just wait for them to sell and see if they do sell as well. I kind of messed up and made some rune helms, so that happened, so I'm just going to have to throw those into the Grand Exchange. And that is pretty much where I am right now. But in terms of the next episode, I'm definitely going to try out some of the thieving. I'm really interested in how good the thieving doors are in the thieving guild. Because now they reset, I have a feeling that there's going to be some incredible XP, so that can be a good thing to go and try out as well. I'm going to have a little bit of delve into agility, and also I want to go and try out some new low-level monsters. They've amended slightly the drop tables of things like minotaurs and stuff, so maybe we can go pay a little visit there, go and train something like mage or range or just something, just see how good it is and what we can get from there. But yeah, really looking forward to going and testing out this rebalance stuff. In terms of what we're doing, we're trying to sort of like keep cash moving. Cash really isn't a worry at the minute. I've got more than I could possibly need. But it just seems to be whatever I can sit on, I end up doing cash. We're 141 million a minute, which I think that impulse buy of the Grace of the Elves actually might be happening. I think once these have all sold, we'll be at 50 mil. And then I can kind of just take some cash out from some of the other offers, and then we can just go and buy stuff. I do think that it is a worthwhile investment as well, especially because I've still probably got the best part of a month in terms of this sort of subathon. And if I can do things where I can just go in AFK, whether it be mining, woodcutting, fishing, or even, to be fair, archaeology, and I can just have the Grace of the Elves banking stuff and paying for itself as well. The Grace of the Elves with the item drops now are starting to creep up in price. So the Grace of the Elves can also make you and pay for itself over a period of time as well. And I don't know, part of me thinks I could be really, really like pushing it and try and go for a brooch as well quite quickly if I'm still doing these kind of things as well. But what I wanted to do is get back to the stuff I know you guys want to watch. You guys want to watch the content. You guys want me to go and explore this like lower level rebalance, which I think really will be decent. And we'll start doing that as well. However, going to wrap the video up. Sorry for the little ramble at the end, but I just wanted to keep you guys in the loop of what we're doing and where we currently are. In terms of the cash side, exceptionally well. The quest side, we're going to go and push for 100 quest points over the next couple of days, which will be another dice. And also mean that we can go and push for some stuff as well. There's still some quite useful quests. I want to do the desert storyline to get smoking kills done as soon as possible, because that means we can go and do Slayer whenever. The dig site, friendly trials, watchtower, all that sort of stuff is still around for us to go and do at some point. And yeah, basically just still chipping away. But hopefully the next couple of videos will be focused so much on the rebalancing stuff. It should hopefully be a bit better for you guys to have a watch and see how it affects a proper brand new low level account. And let's see if it's worth it as well. Thank you guys so much for watching. Really hope you enjoyed. I'll see you guys very soon in the next video.